Is it possible that all of us in the online business, that not only in the online business, but even in the face-to-face business, that you might have a kind of a physical location, that you have your office and things like that, that we all need to go through the learning process, uh, so that it is not it is not that you have gone to a certain school or you are going to a certain training program, then you just start business after that, then you just learn how to do it perfectly. Is it a normal routine that all of us need to go through this learning process where we make our mistake and then for our mistake learn to do things correctly? Can you help me with that?
Yes. Yes and no. I think, yes, we have to learn from our mistakes, right? I think some people don't know how to necessarily learn from mistakes, and so they keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again because they don't know how to improve it. And I think just like tutoring, if my students keep reading a certain way, they keep skipping over the punctuation. If they keep reading on their own, they're going to keep skipping over the punctuation. They need somebody to say, "Okay, I'm seeing what you're doing. Let's try to fix this," right? So when we see a comma, we stop once. When we see a period, we stop twice. And it's very similar to as what we need to do as well. So if I continue to make the same mistakes, but I don't learn from them, that is not going to help me build my business faster. So sometimes having a coach who can see exactly what's happening, who knows what it should look like, they can give you that advice so that you don't have to keep making the same mistakes. And I'd say I continued to get education as I was growing my business, but it was a different kind of education. This time, I got to choose what I wanted to learn, who I wanted to learn it from specifically, versus going to a university where they tell me who will be the teacher and what they will teach me. Right now, I get to decide who do I want to learn from, who's getting results that I want to be able to get inside of my business, and do I trust them, right? Do I trust that they can lead me and guide me into this next stage? There's always something you need to learn next. And this is what I love about today is today nobody gets to tell me what I'm going to learn next. I get to say, what do I need to learn next so I can take my business to the next level? And who can help me get there in the fastest amount of time? And I think this is so, so critical because I didn't learn how to have these sales conversations by just trial and error, right? Like, well, let's see if they move forward if I say this. Let's see if they move forward if I do this. I actually attended a $20,000 training where I needed to travel to San Diego 6 times throughout the year. I sat down and I learned how to have sales conversations that convert. And when I learned that process, I started thinking, how can I apply this to my specific business that I have? And how can I make this work? And then I began thinking, how can I lead other tutors into how to have these powerful sales conversations so they can get more of their clients saying yes, instead of trying to price chop them and say, "Well, I can't afford that. Would you be willing to take this?" Right? How can they feel like they've gotten value from that conversation so much that they know that you're going to be the one that's going to help their child take it to the next level and get the results that you're saying that you can get. And so it's amazing once tutors actually learn how to have these conversations the right way, how it changes everything from for them. Because in the beginning, they just think, "Oh, I need to share everything about me," so they move forward with me. And it's not about me. It's about the person you're serving. It's about you learning everything you can about them, and you may find they're not the right client for you. I have had one client who came to, she actually came to my house for an assessment with her son, and I've prided myself in being able to teach any kid to read. I have now changed it to, as long as I can understand your child when they speak, I can help your child learn how to read. Because he came to the house and I couldn't understand anything that came out of his mouth. I couldn't understand When I asked him comprehension questions, he gave me the same answer. He said, "I love Jesus." Every single comprehension question, like, what was the name of the main character? And he's like, "I love Jesus." It was like the only thing I could actually understand out of his mouth. Everything else sounded garbly and I couldn't understand him. So I just looked at mom and I said, when he speaks, I can't understand him and I can't help him. So that was not going to be a good client for me. I'm not going to try to convince this mom to move forward with me. I can't help her child if I can't understand what he's saying. And, I felt bad that I wasn't able to help her, but it was way better for me to be just completely honest with that parent versus trying to take them down a path that was gonna be very costly for them and not lead into results that would have made her excited about the investment.
It's very interesting. It's also about honesty and value, because you need to be honest to your client. Because of course, at the end of the day, everybody cannot be your client. And when you accept that, I think that is when you really get the real client, because you need the real client, not just everybody.
Right, right.
All right. Now, your clients, are they online or physical? Do you use the physical space to gather them so that you can meet them physically, or do you interact with them physically even during your training? Can you help me with that?
Yes, so everything I do today is online. So I work with clients from all over the world. I work with students from all over the world, and I work with tutors from all over the world. And it's absolutely incredible. I can be wherever I want to be. Like I can be, up on vacation up north or visiting another country or state, and I can still have my business coming with me. I never have to worry that, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that because of my business. I can be wherever I want to be, teach from wherever I want to be able to teach, and still be able to bring in the income I want to be able to bring on in.
That's super. That is the best thing about the time that we are living in.
Yes.
I say it quite often. This is the best time to be alive. Imagine
Yes.
the possibility that is around. Of course, many people don't understand how it works. So yes, it's still challenging for a lot of people, even though you can actually, from where you are, connect to the entire world. Look at, for example, the podcast that I'm doing. Without the internet, how could I talk to you?
Right.
You are somewhere away in the United States. I am in
Yeah.
Italy. How could we have this conversation?
Right.
The only option was either you come here or I go there. Now, count the cost of that. It meaning that we will never have be able to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
We used
right.
to have this thing
Yeah,
collect
please.
calling, and we used to have this thing called long distance calling, and it was expensive, right? And today technology has made all of this possible for us to be able to connect with people from all over the world, and think about the impact that has on a business that's online as well, right? A potential client of yours. That's why we need to narrow it down and figure out, where do I want my expertise to be so that I can now take my marketing and I can get very clear and specific on who I want to help and how I can serve them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that point me to what I was thinking before when I was doing that explanation. In that the newbie, the people that are just coming in, because in our podcast, for example, we concentrate on storytelling, but also of content creation. And what I found of among the people that are following us from different places, because since it's online, people are joining in from different parts of the world that listens to the podcast. Many of them are newbie, they are newcomers, so into the market, so they don't yet know all the rules of the game, what to do, how to actually approach the situation. So for people like that that are coming in, what do you think they should know about online tutoring, for example? If maybe they are creating courses online, what do you think they should know?
I think the first thing is that you really, when you are creating your content or you're creating your courses or you're creating your service, it is for people. It's for someone. And we need to get specific and clear on who is that someone and where can I find them online? Where are they hanging out? Because I need to begin to engage with them in a personal way so that they're going to want to move forward eventually with what it is that I'm doing. And so I also have created like a ton of courses as well, and courses are a fantastic way for tutors to be able to make supplemental income so that they don't always have to trade their time for money. While we love working with our students, we do only have a certain amount of time available to tutor students. At some point, you run out of time.